How do I find my purpose? For as long as I can remember, I had this pull within me, this kind of longing, this yearning within me, but I didn't know what it quite was. It was something that I was here to do, and to be honest, it just stressed me out so much trying to figure out what it was. I went to university, did all the things that you're meant to do, but the whole time it did feel like my life didn't quite fit me. I was doubting myself constantly. It's like I was waiting for a step-by-step plan and a great big answer to the question, like, what is my purpose? And then I wanted to know every step along the way in order to actually live it. But I remember this one Sunday, I received the guidance very clearly, which was follow what lit me up. And I remember at first I was just so annoyed at that guidance, but I knew at that stage to trust it. I ended up writing a list, and I wrote at the top of the page things that light me up. One of the things that I discovered that lit me up was beauty. Within that was beauty within nature, and within that was the beauty of flowers. That's when I discovered the rose and the peony. I then started growing flowers. I started noticing how my heart opened, and I felt inspired when I was around the beauty of flowers, particularly roses. And I found myself in the most amazing garden in the middle of Regent's Park in London. It's called Queen Mary's Rose Garden. I decided to commit to every day on the way to work to do this big long walk through the rose garden. And while I was in the rose garden, I'd do my meditation. I started noticing that while I was there walking with the roses and meditating with the roses, I started connecting more deeply and more easily with my intuition. And I started hearing the voice of my soul in a deeper way than ever before. I knew I was being called to write more, and so I gave myself 10 minutes a day while I was with the roses to write one thing every single day. And I'll never forget the moment where I was putting the finishing touches on the last chapter of my book. And I remember closing my laptop and taking a deep breath and looking up and just bursting into tears, because I realized that I was sitting in the center of Queen Mary's Rose Garden, surrounded by thousands and thousands of roses within the garden, where I had written the entire book from park bench to park bench to park bench. And I was just in awe at how something so simple as listing the things that lit me up and then acting on them, giving myself them, following that trail of things that lit me up, didn't just inspire me. It literally resulted in me changing careers and properly being right in the center of my purpose and living a purposeful life. And as I said, the soul's always calling us every moment of every day, and the more we develop a relationship with our soul and act on it and follow those things that light us up and bring our soul more fully here, then our path begins to emerge. This act of following what lights us up reveals the path for us.